so I'm going to be brief. I'm running out of window light and you probably don't want to hear me waffle on for too long, so let's try and keep this short. If you know anybody who lives in London, then undoubtedly you would have seen today on everybody's Instagram stories that it's been snowing today, which is very exciting. It doesn't happen very often. In fact, I can't actually remember the last time it snowed. I ran out the house with my camera and just went around snapping, and Sophia came along. She filmed some behind the scenes on my phone, so if you're wondering why, it's iPhone footage, that's why. We were in a bit of a rush, we didn't want to miss the snow, and we were out there for about 2 hours in total, and by the time we got back home, most of the snow had actually melted, and just by looking outside right now on the windowsill, the snow's like completely gone, so it was really, really cool to just be able to jump out of our house and go run around, take some nice pictures in the snow. So if you're intrigued, or if you actually care in the slightest, I shot everything on this lens, which is the Fujifilm 35mm f2, which is about an equivalent of about 56mm. I've talked about this lens before. I think it's incredible. I have to do this every time, apologies, but like this. It's too good not to do. Very, very impressed with how this lens and this camera performed, especially when you're photographing snow. You've got stuff in the foreground that wouldn't usually be there, so it's quite hard for a camera to lock on. But I have to say, like 99% of the time, the camera locks on. So that's definitely going to be one of the things that I talk about in my long-term review. For those of you who don't know, like how I do reviews, I think reviews are useful in some aspects, but to be honest, I'd rather use something for 2 years and do a review rather than use it for 20 minutes and try and give some like initial thoughts, because I don't think that's particularly helpful. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'm sure there'll be a Fujifilm XH1 review at some point this year. So you've seen most of the images from the snowy sort of adventure that we had earlier. This week I actually managed to get out during the evening as well. I haven't, the week before wasn't the best week, just there was a lot of personal stuff going on, there was a lot of work stress and all of that malarkey, and I wasn't feeling creatively there. I wasn't feeling 100% as a photographer, and it was really, really refreshing to be able to get out this week and take some sort of night images, because I don't actually go into like central London, the West End, which was one of my sort of long-term projects that I was working on. Most of that imagery was shot during the day, but I was also really enjoying shooting at night. So to be able to get out in my local area and just take some really nice sort of street photography, street photographs at night, yeah, it was really good. So I'll throw those images up on screen. I don't have the time during the week to produce a video dedicated each time I go out to take pictures, so I thought it might actually be quite interesting to do a sort of a weekly roundup of the imagery that I've taken. Is this something you'd be interested in as a subscriber, as a viewer of this channel? Would you be interested in I say weekly, I'm not going to make the mistake that I have made in the past, but every YouTuber makes as well, of saying they'll do a weekly update video and it just happens once and never happens again. So maybe like a monthly roundup of like my favourite images, just some clips and bits and bobs here and there that just sort of show what I've been up to with street photography, etc. I think that might be quite cool to do. So if you're interested in that, then let me know, and I'll put it in the works. But I think I'm just going to leave the video there. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm at SamBHolt, and you can find me also on my website at samholtphotography.com. Apart from that, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you have a lovely day.